Hello everyone, I am Anisha. So today in this video we are going to start chapter number 3, science chapter number 3, okay, class 6 science chapter number 3, mindful eating, a part to a healthy body. And today this class will be in English only, okay, the explanation will be completely in English. If you want to listen to or watch to the Hindi explanation, then you can follow the link in the description box, okay. So here in this chapter what we are going to learn is actually about the nutrients and about the vitamins and minerals that is very much essential for our body, okay. That means the correct amount of food that we should be eating, the balanced diet that we should be eating, okay. About that we are going to learn. Means for a healthy body, okay, we have to do a very mindful eating, means very carefully you have to eat. You should not be a very overeating, or you should not be eat very less. You should be eating in a right quantity. You should do a very mindful eating. That will be a part to a very healthy body, okay. So let us start. So there is a wise saying here, okay, which is subhasit in this Sanskrit, okay. See, there is a Sanskrit word, so I'll be telling you both the meaning here, okay. So koirut koirut koirut, okay, that means who is healthy, who is healthy, who is healthy, okay. And hitbhuk, mitbhuk and ritbhuk, that means one, see this meaning, okay. Hitbhuk, that means one who eats food that is wholesome, okay. Wholesome means a balanced diet, completely balanced diet, okay. That one which has been required by our body. That means we have to eat protein also, we have to eat fats also some amount, we have to eat carbohydrates, we have to eat fiber, okay. So everything in whole, okay, that is hitbuk. And that is next is mitbuk, that means in moderate quantities, okay. That means we should not be overeating, or we should not be very eating very less. We should be eating in a very moderate quantity according to the requirement of our bodies, okay, of our body. And here ritubuk means an appropriate for the season, time and place, means according to the season we have to eat our vegetables and fruits. That means season wise, like for example in the these days the summer seasons are coming up. So with the summer seasons, which fruit will be there? There will be mango, isn't it? So according to the season we have to eat. That is good for our body, okay. So that is the meaning of this wise saying, okay. Here, who is healthy, who is healthy, who is healthy? The one who eats food that is in wholesome amount, in moderate quantities and according to the season, that person is considered to be healthy, okay. So now let us start our chapter. See here, there are two children are here, okay, two students are here. One is Medu and another is Misty. This is Misty and this is Medu, okay. So what they are reading? They are reading the thought of the day, okay. Medu and Misty reads thought of the day on the school notice board every day. So every day they used to read, just like you also, whenever you go to school you will be reading in the notice board. There used to be thought of the day, isn't it? So just like that these two students are also reading it, okay. And today's thought, Ananya Jatani Jivanti, okay, makes them curious. So by reading their thought of the day, okay, it makes them very curious. Why? Because, and Misty tells Medu that it is a Sanskrit saying which means food gives life to living beings. So the meaning of Ananya Jatini Jivanti means food gives life to living beings, means we cannot live without eating food. We have to eat food. Not only us, in case of plants also, if we do not water them properly, if we do not take care of them properly, they will ultimately die. For example, the plants that you are planting in your home, in the kitchen garden, like you are planting so many things, isn't it? So many vegetables are being planted there by your parents. Then when they are not looking after it, not giving them proper fertilization, not giving them proper water, then what will happen? Ultimately they will die. So just like that, food is very much important, okay, for all the living beings, including us, okay, including us, the plants, each and every living creature of this world. So both of them were very curious by looking at the Sanskrit word, okay. And see, the meaning of this Sanskrit word is I have just explained you. That means food gives us life, okay. Food gives the living beings life, okay. And this has been taken out from the Taittiriya Upanishad book, okay. It is a part from this book. So now let us try to understand the significance of this saying. The saying is, that means why food gives life to living beings. So let us try to understand something about food now, okay. We are going to learn about food. I hope all of you are interested now and curious also to know which type of food is good for you and which is not good. Like see, as being your age, you will be liking junk food. For example, you will be liking chips, you'll be liking that cold drinks, burger, pizza, isn't it? Yes, you should be eating that, but not very frequently. Only once in a blue moon. That means around 1 month. In 1 month you can eat only once. You should be eating only once. Okay, only one time. You should not be eating every day or every weekends or every after 2 days, because it is not good for our health. Okay, we should be always eating simple food, simple cooked food, especially in our home only, which has been prepared by your parents, either by your mom or either by your dad. Okay, we should be eating that kind of food only, and that is healthy, and we should be very wise in choosing our food as well. Okay, so you are going to learn about all those things here in this chapter. Okay, so now let us see one activity, and let us also try to find out what have you eat. All of us eat food every day. Yes, all of us eat food every day, otherwise we will not have any energy, isn't it? Food is an essential component of our daily life. List a food item that you have consumed over the week in table 3.1. So here a table is given where you have to list the food items that you have eaten over the week. For example, see here I'll give you some example as well. Okay, this is the table here, and here we have to list the food item that we have eaten. You can write according to what you have eaten, like on Monday what you have eaten, Tuesday what you have eaten, Wednesday, Thursday. You try to remember, try to recall it. Okay, and try to write it down. And for example, just like here on Monday, here let us write dal roti. Okay, that you had dal roti, and in case you have, if you had something else, you can write that one only. Okay, and Tuesday let us say you had biryani. Biryani is very yummy, isn't it? I like biryani very much. And in Wednesday again you had dosa. Let us say dosa. How many of you like dosa? And also, yes, comment down. Okay, what do you had today's morning or before watching this video? What have you just eaten? And Thursday, just let us say dal chawal again, because dal is very common, isn't it? And we used to eat every day also. Sometime in most of the house we will be seeing, in Indian house especially, okay, in Indian kitchen we will be seeing we are consuming dal very much, and it is very good source of protein also. And Friday, let us say puri sabji. And sabji, what we used to usually have, we used to have aloo, isn't it? Aloo matar and all. It is very tasty. And Saturday, so let us say this is a weekend, we have chicken. Okay, we had chicken tikka masala. Okay, we had chicken tikka masala. So this I am just giving you an example. You can write according to what you have eaten. Okay, masala. And on Sunday, let us say your parents prepared idli sambar for you. Idli sambar for you. Okay, so just like this you can fill it up. Okay, this is dosa. Okay, there has been mistake here. This is dosa. So like this. And don't forget to comment what you have eaten just before watching this video, or in the morning, or in the or yesterday. Okay, anyone you can write. So now, what observation can you make about your food from the data collected in table 3.1? Do you eat the same kind of food in every meal, or do you have choice? Do your choices vary? See, sometimes we used to eat the same kind of meal also, but in most of the cases there are different types of food that we used to eat, isn't it? Every day we don't used to eat the same sabji or the same items that it is not like that, isn't it? Like suppose today if I have dal chawal or dal roti, tomorrow I'll be having again rajma chawal or curry chawal, like that. Okay, we used to change. Yes, some items will be there, like roti and chawal will be common. Okay, but we used to change the sabji and all, isn't it? So now what you have to do, compare your list with your those prepared with your friends. Now compare the list with your friends. Okay, and find similarities and differences in the food consumed by you and your friends, and try to find out the similarities. Okay, what is common between your food that you have consumed and your friend's food that he have consumed, okay, or he or she have consumed. Try to find the similarities as well as the differences. And what did you find? You write, okay, and you record that one on your finding in your notebook. You may have noticed that there is a variety in the food eaten by you and your friends. Yes, obviously there will be so much of variety. Like your friend, for example, if he or she is from another state, then there will be definitely wide variety. There will be so much of differences between your food and his food, because in our India we have diversity, not only in people, not only in culture, not only in region, in food also. You will find different types of food, different types of food habits, and different type of taste, different in every state of India. In within state also again you will find again different types of taste vary according to that states again. Okay, so there is so much amount of diversity in food also. Okay, variety is in food as well. So do you think that such diversity in food exists in all the states of our country? Yes, it existed. Okay, it existed in all the countries of our sorry, in all the states of our country, because our country is a very diverse country with the people from very different background, different religion, culture. So we have a different food habit as well. Okay, so now let us see food in different regions. So now let us try to understand the food in different regions here. Okay, find out, again another activity is there. Find out the types of food traditionally consumed and the crops grown in various states of India. So now we have to see what type of food is a traditional food of a state. Every state has their traditional food, isn't it? Here we are going to see some example also. Okay, and yes, I want you also to write the traditional food of your area, from where you are. Okay, you mention the state from where you are and try to write the traditional food of your state. Okay, let us see, let us find out in the comment section. And you may refer to books in your library, search the internet, and interact with your friends, family and neighbors to collect the information. So in order to find the different types of traditional food and the crops, okay, the crops which are grown in various states, you can search, refer some books in your library, or you can search, or yes, you can simply search from the internet also, isn't it? You will have all the information right in your hand, or you can even ask your friends or your neighbors and collect the information. Okay, try to do this one. Okay, it will be fun. And so now let us see some different types of food according to different states here. See, they have how much variety is there. So in table 3.2, add more states and fill the collected data. A few examples are already given. You try to add up more states. Okay, here you add up your own state and one or two other state that you know. So here we will be doing only the example. Okay, just to make you understand. So first state, our name of the state is there, and locally grown crops. Okay, which crops are locally grown over there, and the traditional food item eaten, and what is the link between these two. We will also understand that. Okay, and the beverages, the liquid diet with which they used to have in that particular state. So now first we have for Punjab. So Punjab, they used to grow maize, wheat, chickpea, and pulses, means the various kind of dals that we have. Okay, the variety of dals. And traditional food which they been eaten, okay, traditional items are makki di roti, the sarso da saag. See, this is very common, isn't it? And chole bhature, paratha, halwa, kheer. Okay, see, halwa, kheer, these are also of other states also, but here it is for included in their traditional food items. Okay, so it has been written here. So see, whenever we say Punjab, and in movies also, whenever they make you go in Punjab or some scenes are been from Punjab, then they will be saying, okay, makki di roti de sarso da saag. It is a very famous dialogue also, isn't it? So it is their traditional food item as well. Okay, and what about the beverages? Say lassi, again lassi, isn't it? Thandi lassi. And chach means the buttermilk, okay, which has been made from lassi only, okay, milk only. And or they used to drink milk, or they will be drinking tea, and they usually drink milk tea there. Okay, next we have, let us say about Karnataka. Okay, Karnataka. So Karnataka, rice, ragi, urad and coconut. So these are the crops which are been locally grown there. Okay, and the thing of the food items are also made from these items only, mostly. Okay, so here idli, better from rice, isn't it? Dosa also better from rice, and this is from vegetable, that is sambar. Coconut chutney, because coconuts are being grown widely over there in the south area. And ragi, mudde, palya, rasam, rice. Okay, so these are all their traditional food items. And in beverages, they used to have buttermilk, coffee, tea, and there may be some other also you can add if you are from there. Okay, and next we have, let's see, from Manipur. You know where is Manipur? It is one of our northeastern state. Okay, so in Manipur, what crops are grown locally? Rice, bamboo are being grown there. That is why you will be seeing so many houses which has been made of bamboo also. Okay, in Assam side also, especially in northeastern side. Okay, and soya bean. Okay, and they will be preparing their traditional food. Okay, it is rice, and most of the time the people of Manipur, they used to eat rice. They don't prefer roti and paratha and all. Okay, they will be preferring only rice, and they will be eating it 2 times, morning and at night. Okay, this is commonly. And next we have this ironba. See, ironba means it is a type of chutney which is being made by adding fermented fish and all. Okay, it is their traditional item. And utti means a type of dal only. Okay, which has been prepared by yellow peas. Okay, your pea and green onion curry, and you can add other items also there if you wish to. So utti is a form of dal which has been prepared mostly without using any oil or any haldi. okay, or any other masala that we are using in our northern India part, okay. And next we have sinju. Sinju is a type of salad which has been made from commonly made from cabbage, okay, from your cabbage, slicing them very small, and there will be again adding that fermented fish, onion, and roasted basin, and so many other things, chili, okay, salt, and they will be mixing it very properly, and it is very tasty also. I have also tasted it, okay. And next we have kangsoi. Kangsoi is again that type of meal, okay. It is boil type, okay. It is usually boil, oil free. They will be mixing all the vegetables without using any oil, and they will be including they will be adding fishes there also, okay, if available, or they'll be adding that fermented fish again. So that fermented fish also, it has been made over there only, okay. It is their traditional item, one of their traditional items only, okay. And it has been added in Eronba also, they used to add that one, in Sinju also they'll be adding that one, and in this Kangsoi also they'll be adding that one, okay. So this, see, I have explained little bit about this Manipur because I find that I assume that you will not be knowing about it, okay. Most of you will be knowing also, but that is why I'm just explaining in little bit detail. So here this Karnataka, Punjab, these are mostly common and we used to know about them, isn't it? So what about beverages? Black tea. They usually have black tea. They don't prefer drinking milk and all. Yeah, yes, many of them will be drinking milk also, but mostly, generally, we are talking about general public here, okay. Generally they will be preferring black tea only without milk, okay. So this is the locally grown crops and some of the traditional food items that we have seen about these 3 states. So add yours here, okay. Add about your state and any other 2 states that you know, okay. Okay, let's continue. Why do we see diversity in traditional food consumed in various states of our country? So why there is a diversity, why there is a variety in the traditional food which has been consumed in various states of our country? Because we have there is, according to the soil type, okay, the crops will be growing, and based on the crop grown there, that they will be preparing their traditional items, okay, traditional food. So you will learn here. Analyze the data collected by you in table 3.2. Are there food items that are common across states? Yes, there are some food items which are common like rice, roti, dal, isn't it? And make a list of those food items. You may find that some food items are common in many states while some are eaten only in particular states. So we have find that one, isn't it? Rice is common, roti is common, and the dal is also common, but there were some food items which has been consumed in only like Karnataka only, like idli and all, isn't it? And in Manipur again there was different types like Eronba, Kangsoi. This will not be prepared by other state, and just like that, okay. And see, nowadays what happens, because of better communications and all, what we started exchanging our traditional food items also. How? Like now the people of northern India, they can prepare the southern food like dosa, idli, sambar. Usually we used to eat that one, isn't it? So in that way, okay. So what relation do you find between the traditional food items and the locally grown crops? So this was the thing that I have been telling you, okay. What is the relation that about the traditional food items, okay, and the locally grown crops? So let us see. You must have observed that the traditional food of any state is usually based on the crops grown in that state, okay. It is usually based in the crop which has been grown in that particular state, okay. So example here, India is an agriculture country, and with diverse soil, we have a variety of soil also, okay. Soil types are also, there are different types of soil like black soil, red soil, okay. And climate types and climates again, you will be see there is a huge difference. If you go to the Himalayan region, there you will experience very less summer over there, and the winter used to be very harsh. But again you come to the northern plains, the temperature is again completely different, the climate is again completely different. Again in the south it is little bit different, in the coastal areas it is different, again in the northeastern part it is very different, isn't it? In some part it used to rain always, and in northern plain you will find it used to rain very little. In desert there is sometimes no rains, isn't it? So there is diversity in the climate types also, okay. On based on that they will be growing the crop over there, okay. So various crops are grown in its different region depending on the soil types and climatic conditions. So these various crops, okay, are being grown in this different region depending on the type of soil which they have, okay, and according to the climatic conditions of that very area. See, and here I would like to say one more thing. And yes, the thing is that we used to find different types of vegetable grown in different states, okay, and sometimes the vegetable which has been grown in one state, it is not available in another state. So it is because of the difference of the climatic condition and the type of soil, okay. So in various regions of India, the choice of food may vary according to the cultivation of food crop in the particular region, taste preferences, culture and tradition. So because of this reason, okay, in different states of India, in different regions of India, the choice of food that the people have, it is different according to the cultivation of the food, or according to the cultivation of the food crops especially, okay. And with that we have a different taste preference, and with the different culture we have a different tradition. Based on that we have our different food item also, okay. That is why we used to say India is a diverse country in every field, okay, in every way: people, language, culture, region, climatic, geographically, in every way, okay. So how have cooking practices changed over time? So now let us see some changed of cooking practices that we have witnessed over time. So here also there is an activity that we will be doing first, okay. You have learned that food habits vary across the states. So just now we have learned that, isn't it? So our food choices as well as practice of food preparation may differ from one another. So the choice of food that we have, okay, it is also different, okay, from place to place. The type of food that we prefer and the type of food that will other people from other region like North India and South India, just let us say, okay, the type of food North Indian prefer is very much different from the type of food which the South Indian prefer. And again the type of food which the northeastern state prefer will be again completely different from northern India. So we have that choice, okay, and we used to prepare according to that way only, okay. And the preparation is also very much different. See, and in a very common thing also, just like let us take the example of dal, okay. The type of dal that your parents will be preparing at your home and the type of dal your friends' parents will be preparing at home, if they are from different culture or different language, in different region, okay, that will be completely different. Same ingredients, they will be using the same ingredients, everything will be same, okay, but the taste will be different because we have a different methods, okay, of preparing. So have our food habits and cooking practices changed over time? Yes, it has been changed. So now let us see how. First we will be seeing one activity, okay, that you have to perform. Prepare a list of questions for gathering information from elderly people about the food habits and cooking practices. Following are some of the sample questions. So now what you have to do, you have to gather some information from the elderly people, especially from your grandparents. You can simply ask your grandparents or your friends' grandparents, okay, if they are living with them. Then you ask them about their food habit, okay, and the cooking practices. So like some examples are given here, okay, like what type of question you can ask: what kind of food do you still eat and what is new? So do you still eat the various food that you have eaten in your childhood, or what is new there, any new item, okay, you can ask like that. Or what are the changes in cooking practices over time, what are the changes, okay, and what has caused these changes. So we'll understand both of these questions, okay, all these three questions here. How? Okay, let us see. You try to ask your grandparents also. Conduct interviews with some elderly people based on the question. Prepare to try to conduct interviews. It will be fun also, isn't it? Like you'll be asking them question, you'll be answering, and they will be answering you. And while they answer, you'll gather more knowledge. Your curiosity level will be again rise up. And when your curiosity level rise up, you'll be asking more questions, and they'll be answering you. And the end, what will happen? You will be very knowledgeable, and you'll gain certain information about their time also, during those time where you have which time where you haven't born also, okay. So here there are some cooking tools, okay, which has been changed over time. Suppose for example here first we have chula, that is the traditional stove using fire sticks and fires, and this is also made of mud, okay, and these are still being used by people in many places or in our country only, especially in the village area. Even if they have gas, okay, even if they have this modern gas stove, they will be preparing these also in one corner of their kitchen or outside of their kitchen, because they are sometimes because the food is been which has been prepared by using this fire, okay, it used to be very different, okay? The taste is very different from this artificial fire that we have of our modern gas with the use of gas, okay. So here one different, what you can see, chula, that is the traditional stove, okay. And earlier time, all the people, when this gas was not even developed, okay, even not met, then what all the people, they used to prepare food in this method only, okay. And again another we have another tool, that is the modern gas stove, that it is available in all our home these days. And next we have silbatta, means the stone grinder. They used to prepare chutney, they used to grind masalas and all manually, okay, by their hands only, using this stone grinder, which we call silbatta. Like we used to say na, silbatte ki chutney and all. So, and next we have this electrical grinder, and this has been replaced now with this electrical grinder, and this is also been replaced totally by this gas stove, isn't it? So here it is easier to prepare anything in this grinder, but this will again require what? Electricity. So now these were the different tools, okay, that has been changing over time. So now let us see, what are your findings from the interviews you conducted? So analyze, okay, observe what are the findings that you have, what are the knowledges, what are the certain information that your grandparents have given you, which you have conducted upon them, okay. Cooking practices, also called culinary practice, have changed over time. So this cooking practice, okay, we also call them as culinary practice, okay. There are significant differences between traditional and modern culinary practices. So there is now very much of difference, a wide difference between the traditionally prepared food cooking practices and the modern cooking practices, okay. Earlier most cooking was done using a chula, okay. Most of the time most of the cooking, not most, all of the cooking we can say, okay, it was been done using only a chula, okay. And nowadays what happened, most of us cook using a modern gas stove. This is easier for us this day. We can cook in the time, okay, the time which we used to a chula take, and the time which a gas stove take, there is a difference in that also. Here in gas stove you will be saving much more time also, all right, and there is no smoke. There are the advantages of it. Again we have some disadvantage also, like the food which has been prepared in chula is much more tastier than the food which has been prepared on the gas stove, okay. So there are certain things like this. So earlier most grinding again was been done manually using that silbatta which is there in that picture, okay. And these days what happened, we use an electrical grinder for ease of grinding. So, and this saves time also, isn't it? And the grinding is also been very properly without losing our energy. Otherwise what happens, when we are using the silbatta, we'll be using our whole energy there and we'll be little tired also, isn't it? But nowadays it has been replaced by this electrical grinder. And why is it so? Let us find out that, okay. Now find out what were the other ways of cooking and grinding. You try to find out what were the other ways and other ways of cooking as well as grinding, okay. Why have these culinary practice changed over time? So these changes may be due to factors such as technological development, improved transportation and better communication. So these are some of the reasons, like there's a technological development because of which we have been turned to a modern gas stove now, isn't it? And there is an improved transportation. If it is been made in one place, easily you can transport it into another place also. And with the better communication, means through communicating you will be knowing the various cooking practices which has been going on in the foreign country or in any other country, and you will be again mesmerized by that, and you will be again wanting that to install in your home. For example, let us say your dishwasher, okay. Let's see, even today also many of us are washing our dishes manually with our hands only, but there are dishwasher also coming up. Why? It is because of the technological development. And how do we know about it, and how do we know that people started using? Through communication, by newspaper, through TV, through internet. We used to see them, isn't it? So in this way what happened, there has been changes in cooking practice over the time. Again after 20 to 30 years, there will be again vast changing from which we are doing in today's present day cooking style, and the cooking style after 30 years will be again quite different again, okay. So in this way it changes according to the development only. So now the main part that we are going to study about this chapter, about the components of food, about the nutrients, about for carbohydrate, fats, proteins and all, okay. What are the components of food? So here there is a traditional food festival been organized in the school, okay, of this Medu and Misti, okay. So Medu and Misti visit the traditional food festival organized in this school. The theme of the festival is eat healthy and live healthy. So if we eat healthy, then we'll be living healthily, okay. So this is the theme of this food festival also. Here see, you will be seeing different stalls are been there of Rajasthani food, Gujarati food, Assamese food, okay, Assamese food. So varieties of foods are being displayed here. Okay, so both of them, they have went there, and here there is a nutritional expert, Dr. Poshita, okay, explaining students about the health, that is the ultimate wealth, and we have to take care of our health. Okay, so let us see about that here. The festival features various stalls displaying different kinds of traditional dishes. And here Dr. Poshita, a nutritional expert, explains to students that health is the ultimate wealth. And here Dr. Poshita, which is a nutritional expert, means she knows very well, okay, about what to eat and in what amount we have to eat according to our body, according to our height, according to our age. So she used to give advices based on nutrition, okay, to others. So she is a nutritional doctor. So here what she is explaining the student, she is explaining the student that health is the ultimate wealth. See, health is our wealth. Health is our biggest wealth. Okay, if we are not healthy, then you will not be able to work properly. If you are not healthy, you will be not be able to study properly, isn't it? Like, see, if I don't have any energy, if I was very unhealthy, then I'll be not be able to take your classes now, and you'll not be able to listen also. So health is our ultimate wealth. Okay, it is the biggest wealth that we possess. The money, the gold, and all these are not there. Yes, these are the wealth. Okay, but the biggest among all is our health. If our health is good, we'll be living healthy, we'll be living for a longer period of time. Otherwise, if our health started getting deteriorated, we are not taking care of it, then what will happen? Ultimately, we will lose everything. So that is why health is the ultimate wealth. Okay, I hope you have understood. So now let us try to understand the statement also. Okay, so let us understand what Dr. Poshita means by this statement. Have you ever missed a meal? How do you feel when you miss a meal? So have you ever missed a meal? Yes, most of us in many time we used to miss our meals and all, isn't it? So we have all, every one of us has been missing a meal because of various reasons. Like for example, in your case, you might have missed your meal during your exams. Like you want to go to exams very early or something like that, isn't it? Or any places that we have went, or while visiting any temple or anything, we used to usually go empty stomach. So in that case, what happens? We used to feel very tired and less energetic, isn't it? Suppose if I have not taken any meal from yesterday only, then I'll not have any energy to teach you this class. So even you also, if you haven't had any meal, you'll not be having any energy to listen to my class also. So we feel very tired and less energetic when we do not eat for some time, and this is very much true. And why do we think a marathon runner drinks glucose water during and after a race? So why do you think? Because this glucose, it provides instant energy. Okay, so that is why, because while running they'll be losing lots of energy, and like they are running for a continuous period of time, and in order to provide them instant energy, okay, that is being provided by this glucose. So that is why they will be drinking this glucose water from time to time. Okay. So glucose is an example of carbohydrate. So carbohydrate is that food that provide us instant energy. Okay, so carbohydrates are one of the primary sources of energy in our diet that we should be including in our diet every day. Okay, so here some sources of carbohydrates are there, you can see them. So cereals like wheat, rice and maize, vegetables like potato, sweet potato, and fruits like banana, pineapple and mango are some source of carbohydrates. So this is one of the primary source. Primary means which is been very much essential for our body, very much important for our body. So we should be eating it. Okay, so like rice, wheat, bajra, mango, pineapple, maize, sugarcane, potato. Okay, these are all the source of carbohydrates. And do you know that the common sugar is a type of carbohydrate? So that common sugar we have, okay, it is also type of carbohydrate. Why? Because see here, sugar cane, it is also carbohydrate. So sugar is made out of extracting from these sugar cane only, isn't it? So that is why it is also a source of carbohydrate. Okay. Why do you think we prefer to have laddus as a part of our traditional diet in winter? So now let us see about fats. Okay, so in winters usually, okay, these laddus and all are being prepared by our families and we used to have it, but in summer we don't have such thing. What is the reason? Okay, what is the reason? So let us see. Besan or wheat flour atta that it has been made, okay, and ghee are among the main ingredients of laddus, along with gond, that is edible gum, nuts and seeds. And ghee and various kinds of oils are grouped under another kind of food component, which is we call fat. So these are all fats, okay, and these fats are also been very much necessary for our body, and we should be having it. Because see, like when we have done that chapter number 2, if you remember, if you haven't watched that class, please do watch that class as well, okay. And yes, please give me a like for this class and subscribe to my channel and share my channel with your friends as well, okay. So here what I was trying to tell you is that in that chapter what we have learned, that camel have hump, and in their hump they store fats, isn't it? They store their food. So just like that, human body also, okay, human body also, what happens, we also, well, when we eat fat, we started storing that energy in our body. We don't use instantly, like in case of carbohydrates, we will be not using it instantly. We'll be using for later period of time when we feel less energetic, or when we are a little bit hungry, or our stomach is little bit empty, okay. So for that purpose, these fats are been very much necessary, but we should be taking in a right amount. If you started taking fats in a heavy amount, then what will happen? Your cholesterol level will be again up, okay. So we have to be very careful on that also. So here, sources of fats can be from plants or animals. So we can get sources of fats from plants or animals. And here this boy is saying about that laddu, okay. Yes, my grandmother told me that laddus are rich in ghee, and nuts provide energy to keep us warm. So that is why we used to eat this, especially in winter, to keep our body warm, okay. And like nuts such as groundnuts, walnuts, coconuts and almonds, and seeds such as pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds are some sources of fat. So fat is a source of stored energy. So the energy which has been stored in our body, which we will be using later, not instantly but later, okay. So I hope that was clear. So here some sources of fats are here. You can see the picture, okay. Curd, almonds, cashew nuts, groundnuts, sunflower seeds, butter, soybean, sesame seeds, okay. These are all sources of fats. These are usually, like, say, fats are usually little bit oily type one, okay, the oily things. And carbohydrates and fats provides us energy for performing various activities. So when we are eating carbohydrates and fats, and we should be including fats also in our diet daily in a minimal amount, okay, like adding ghee in our diet, okay, adding curd in our diet, adding milk in our diet, all right. So therefore they are called energy giving food. So these are been very much necessary to provide energy for our body to perform the various activities, daily activities that we are doing, like working, eating, going here and there, or studying, talking. For talking also we need energy, isn't it? Or performing any other activities. So we need to perform our daily activities that we are doing, we need these carbohydrates and fats to be included in our body, okay. And that is why they are called energy giving foods. So identify more foods items that are rich sources of carbohydrates and fats. So you try to identify more such items, okay. And here one interesting thing is been given here about the polar bear. So now let us see. Polar bear accumulate a lot of fat under their skin. So just like camel, they will be accumulating, storing every food in their hump, isn't it? So just like that, what happened, this polar bear, it accumulated means it keeps, okay, so much of fat. It started storing so much of fat under their skin. These fats serve as an energy source. It supports them during their months-long winter sleep, that is hibernation, enabling them to survive without eating. So the stored fat under their skin, okay, they use them during their long winter sleep, that is the hibernation. Like for example, they'll be sleeping the whole winter for 2 to 3 months also sometimes, okay. And in that process, what happened, they will be not waking up, okay, they'll be not waking up. And these polar bears are found only in a very cold area, especially in the Himalayan areas and all, okay, very cold area. So snowy area only. So what happened, they will be sleeping there, okay, and without eating anything they are able to live. So how they are using their stored fats which has been accumulated in their energy. So that is why this is also an example that fat is a stored energy that we'll be using it later, okay. Same case in our human body also, you'll be using it but when we need them. All right. So now let us see about protein. Protein is also very much important part of our food, okay. It's also an important part of our food. Milk products and pulses are good source of protein. Pulses means the various types of dals that we have, okay. And sports person needs protein in large quantities to build their muscle. So and proteins are especially for muscle building. we need protein for building our muscles. For example, person who are going to gym, these sport persons, they are being asked to eat protein in a large amount. Why? Because they need high amount of energy and high amount of muscle. Okay, their body structure should be very muscular, and in order to make your body structure very muscular and nice, what you have to do, you have to intake protein in your diet. You have to include protein in our diet. Okay, so people get proteins from plants as well as animals. So we will be getting protein from plants as well as animals. So some excellent plant source of proteins are pulses, beans, peas and nuts. And animal source of proteins are milk, paneer, egg, fish and meat. And protein rich foods helps in growth and repair of our body. This is important. Okay, it helps us in repairing our body, and these are the example of plant source and animal source here. Okay, so you have to include this protein rich food in our diet as well. Okay, and these are therefore called what? Body building foods. It repairs our body. Suppose if our body gets a small cut, okay, if our body gets a small cut, what happens? After 3 to 4 days it started healing, it started repairing, isn't it? And that is possible because of the protein that is present in our diet. Okay, it helps in our repairing our tissues and repairing our body. Okay, repairing our body muscularly and internally as well as externally. Okay, so here some plant sources are given: moong dal, gram, that is chana, okay, black chana, peas, tur dal, kidney beans, your rajma, soya beans. Okay, and here chicken, this is animal source, your fish, eggs. Okay, eggs it is very good. Okay, if you are non-vegetarian, you should be having at least 2 boiled eggs every day. Okay, it is very good for your health and very rich source of protein. And you should be having chicken also very regularly and drinking milk, paneer. Okay, and eggs though every day try to include in your diet at least 2 boiled eggs. Okay, so these were some of the rich protein sources of both plants and animals. So now let us see some more thing. And here one more important thing. Okay, you should not be overeating. Okay, the right amount of protein must be included in the diet of growing children for their proper growth and development. So especially in the growing children, okay, right amount of this protein diet should be included in their food for their proper growth and proper development. Which of these food components are part of your daily diet? So write down in the comment section what you used to eat, like which of the protein sources that we have just learned. Okay, what you used to have in your diet basically. So again, let us see another protein source here. Have you ever seen mushrooms? And there are edible mushrooms and non-edible mushrooms. Okay, they grow mostly in dark and moist places, and these edible mushrooms are good source of protein. So these edible mushrooms are very good source of protein, but you should be very careful while eating mushroom, because in most of the cases what happens, there are so many people like who will be having who are allergic to these mushrooms. For example, even me. Okay, I cannot eat mushroom because I'm allergic to it. If I have eaten once, okay, by mistake, unknowingly, and what happens is that for 3 to 4 days whole my body was itching, and except my face, okay, my hand, my legs, everything was like pale red, and it was very scary, okay, that time. And after that I stopped eating mushroom. So you also be very cautious before eating this mushroom, and it is a very good source of protein also. Okay, why do you think we are advised to include serving of fruits, vegetables and other plant-based foods in our diet? Let us understand the importance of some other foods component by reading the following 2 cases. So it means often we have been advised that we should be include the right type of fruits, vegetables and other plant-based foods in our daily diet. Why is it so? Let us try to understand. Okay, there are 2 cases here. By seeing these 2 cases, let us try to understand. In early times, during long voyages, okay, sailors often suffered from bleeding and swollen gums. During a voyage in 1746, Scottish physician James Lind observed that sailor who consumed lemons and oranges recovered from these symptoms. Bleeding and swollen gums are symptoms of a disease called scurvy. So in the year 1746, a Scottish physician, he observed that those sailor who who consumed these lemons and orange, okay, they are being recovered very quickly from bleeding gums and swollen gums. See, we also have these problems, isn't it? We have a bleeding gums, swollen gums, in most of us we having. And if we are, why is it so? It is because of the deficiency of vitamin C. Okay, and vitamin C is present in this lemon and orange, so that is why it helps in recovering this disease known as scurvy. Okay, so deficiency of vitamin C, it is known as the disease which we call the deficiency of vitamin C is known as scurvy. Okay, so he observed that okay, when we eat lemons and orange, we recovered this from this bleeding gums and swollen gums. So what is important here? That means we have to include lemons. It is citrus food. Okay, these are all citrus food. Okay, citrus, not citrus, sorry, citrus food. Citrus food, we should be including this in our diet as well. Okay, so here, what do you interpret, means what do you understand by reading the case one? What cures scurvy? Lemon and orange, isn't it? Help in curing scurvy. And why? Scurvy is caused due to deficiency of vitamin C, and vitamin C present in citrus fruits like lemon and orange help in curing these diseases. So we came to know that if you have a deficiency of vitamin C, what you have to consume? You have to consume lemon and orange. And it is not only when you have this disease, daily basis. Okay, you should be eating these fruits in thrice or 4 times in a week, lemons and all, oranges and all, to keep your gums and teeth healthy. Okay, so now let us see another case. Okay, another case of, this is a case of goiter. So case 2. In 1960s, Indian scientists found that among the human population in the Himalayan region and the northern plains of India, symptoms of swelling at the front of the neck were prevalent. As per the norms of the government of India, an effort was made to supplement common salt with iodine for preparing iodized salt. So why they have given this instruction? Because they come to know that these disease has been suffered because of the lack of iodine, okay, in our common salt. So consumptions of iodized salt visibly reduced the above symptom. These symptoms were due to a deficiency of iodine in the soil of this region, resulting in a lack of iodine in the local food and water supply. Swelling at the front of the neck is a symptom of a disease called goitre. See here, you can see, isn't it? There is a swelling over here. And why does this happen? Especially in this region, Himalayan region and the northern plains, because these regions soil, okay, especially soil lacks iodine. That is why the vegetable which has been grown here and the water, in the water, there is very less iodine present. There is no iodine or very less iodine present. So that is why their front of the neck started swelling like this. So government ordered, in order to cure this disease goitre, okay, in order to cure this disease goitre, what the government have ordered? They have ordered us to include the iodized salt, iodine in our salt, but in the right amount. Okay, so what happened when they started including this one? There was been observed that visibly, okay, the above symptoms started reducing, and this symptom was due to the deficiency of iodine in the soil of this region. Okay, because of that the people have suffered like that. So let us try to conclude here. What do you infer from case 2? What do we learn from case 2? We may have learned about iodized salt through newspaper advertisement or by reading about it on a salt packet. In a salt packet also we used to say iodized salt, which is good for our health. So what does it mean? Iodized salt is simply common salt mixed with required quantities of salts of iodines. Okay, so it has been mixed with proper salts of iodine, so that we will not suffer from that disease known as goitre. Okay, so here let us see one salt farming practice, okay, which has been done by these tribal people, Agharyas. Okay, salt farming is a traditional practice of a tribal community named as Agharyas. They practice salt farming in the Little Rann of Kutch and other parts of Gujarat. For 8 months they live in the extreme heat and the desert and work very hard to get salt from the seawater. See, they used to do salt farming and it takes them around 8 months in that extreme heat. So they are working very hard, isn't it? And see, if you miss salt in your one diet, we feel very less energetic and something is missing. Suppose if we're having fast and all, okay, even I feel when I used to have fast and when I don't take salt, okay, during that fast, what happens? I feel very less energetic and I feel like, oh, I'm like almost I'm fainting. And that is because the salt is also very much important in our food, okay, in our diet that we are taking. If you are not taking salt for 2 to 3 days, you will start realizing, okay, how much it is necessary for your body. And these people here, these tribal people, are working very hard to make that salt from this seawater. See, the salt are been made from seawater only, isn't it? It has been extracted from the seawater. That is why the seawater is very much salty, isn't it? Have you ever observed that, like going to the beaches area and sometimes the water enters in our mouth and it used to be very salty, isn't it? So it is because of the presence of salt. how would you find out more about other food components that protect our body from various diseases. So now in our next class, what we will be learning, we will be learning more about vitamins and minerals, okay, and with the deficiency of which vitamin which disease has been caused. There is a chart given there in your book. You also try to learn it beforehand, and we will be doing that in our next class. So we'll end up our class today here, otherwise this video will be very lengthy, okay. So thank you everyone for listening to me, and yes, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe my channel and share with your friends as well, because I really need your support and it really motivates me when you leave a very good comments for me, which makes me feel motivated. And yes, you can give feedback also, okay, you can give me feedback also, that will make me more happy, okay, and I'll try to improve myself more. So with this, let us stop here for today. We'll see you again in my next class. All of you have a very nice day ahead. Bye.